Hello everyone, and welcome. In this lesson, we are going to be looking at an important topic, Introduction to Chemistry. Before we go into the different branches, careers, uses, and even the adverse effects of chemistry, let us first understand what chemistry actually means. Meaning of chemistry. Chemistry is a branch of science that deals with the composition, properties, and uses of matter. In simple terms, chemistry helps us understand what things are made of, what properties they have, how they behave, what we can use them for, and how they change from one form to another. Chemistry also probes into the principles governing the changes that matter undergoes. Now, you may be wondering, what exactly is matter? Matter is simply anything that has mass and occupies space. Everything around us is made up of matter. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, the clothes we wear, the buildings around us, and even our own bodies are all made up of matter. This is why chemistry is very important in our everyday lives. Our environment is made up of matter. Therefore, chemistry deals with the study of our environment and helps us explain many of the things happening around us. For example, when iron rusts, when food spoils, when fuel burns, when medicine works in our body, or when a substance changes from a solid to a liquid. Chemistry helps us understand what is happening. Chemistry can also be defined as a branch of science that deals with the study of the nature, structure, composition, properties, and uses of all forms of matter, as well as the changes in structure and composition which matter undergoes. So, in summary, chemistry helps us understand matter, its properties, its uses, and the changes it undergoes. Branches of chemistry. Chemistry is divided into three main branches. They are inorganic chemistry, organic chemistry, and physical chemistry. Let us take them one after another. Inorganic chemistry. The first branch is inorganic chemistry. Inorganic chemistry deals with the study of matter in our environment which is non-living. It is mainly concerned with the study of elements, their properties, and their uses. For example, we can study elements such as iron, copper, aluminium, sodium, calcium, and many others. So, whenever we are studying the properties, behavior, and uses of many inorganic substances and elements, we are dealing with inorganic chemistry. Organic chemistry. The second branch is organic chemistry. Organic chemistry deals with the study of matter found in living things, both plants and animals. It is particularly concerned with carbon and its compounds. Carbon is a very important element because it forms a very large number of compounds. Organic chemistry is therefore important in areas such as medicine, petroleum, plastics, food, and many other industries. So, when you hear the term organic chemistry, remember that it is strongly associated with carbon and its compounds. Physical chemistry. The third branch is physical chemistry. Physical chemistry deals with the study of energy changes accompanying the transformation of matter. In other words, it helps us understand the relationship between matter and energy during chemical processes. It is concerned with areas of chemistry such as quantum theory, heat, and electricity. So, physical chemistry helps us understand what happens to matter and energy during physical and chemical changes. Careers in chemistry. Chemistry is not just a subject that we study in school and forget afterward. Chemistry is involved in our everyday lives, and there is a vast range of careers available to people who have studied chemistry at different levels. There are great career opportunities both inside and outside the laboratory. Some of the careers and fields related to chemistry include pharmaceutical and drug development. This involves the development and production of medicines and other pharmaceutical products. Science education and teaching services. Chemistry graduates can become teachers, lecturers, instructors, and educators. Chemical engineering. Chemistry is also closely connected with chemical engineering, where chemical principles are applied to industrial processes. Food processing. Chemistry is important in understanding food composition, preservation, processing, and safety. Mining and metallurgy. Chemistry helps in the extraction, processing, and study of metals. Pure and applied chemistry. Some people work directly in chemical research and apply chemical knowledge to solve practical problems. Petroleum and petrochemical engineering. Chemistry plays a major role in petroleum refining and the production of petrochemical products. Quality control. Chemists can work in industries to test products and make sure they meet required standards. Health services. Chemistry is important in healthcare, especially in areas involving medicines, laboratory testing, and chemical analysis, medicine and surgery. The knowledge of chemistry is also useful in understanding drugs, body processes, and substances used in medical treatment. Chemical analysis and forensic science. Chemistry can be used to identify substances and investigate materials involved in criminal investigations. Environmental chemistry. This involves studying chemical substances in the environment and understanding pollution and environmental changes. Science laboratory technology. Chemistry is also an important part of laboratory work, where substances are tested, analyzed, and studied. And finally, biochemistry, which combines chemistry and biology to study the chemical processes occurring in living organisms. So, chemistry provides opportunities in many different areas of life and industry. Uses and applications of chemistry. Now let's look at something very important: the uses and applications of chemistry. Chemistry is applied in our everyday lives because different chemical activities and processes take place around us. There are many applications of chemistry, and we are going to look at them one after another. Food supply. The first application is food supply. The study of chemistry has provided the world with chemical fertilizers, insecticides, fungicides, and pesticides. These substances help to increase crop yield and protect crops from insects and pests. Chemistry has also led to the discovery and development of preservatives, which help to prevent food wastage and spoilage. So, chemistry contributes greatly to agriculture and food production. Medicine. The second application is medicine, the healthy life that many of us enjoy today is partly due to the variety of medicines available. As a result of chemical research and technology, chemistry helps scientists and medical professionals develop and understand different drugs. Some examples include antiseptics. These are used to stop or prevent infection of wounds. Disinfectants. These are used to kill microorganisms on surfaces and objects. Anesthetics. These are used to make surgical operations more successful by reducing or preventing the sensation of pain during procedures. Analgesics. These are medicines used to relieve pain. Antibiotics. These are used to curb certain infections and treat diseases caused by susceptible bacteria. Tranquilizers. These are medicines that can be used to reduce tension or sedate patients. Therefore, chemistry plays a very important role in medicine and healthcare. Clothing. Another application of chemistry is clothing. A wide range of clothing materials are available because of man-made fibers produced through intensive chemical research. Examples of synthetic fibers include nylon, terylene, and rayon. These materials have useful properties. They are generally easy to wash, dry quickly, and can be attractive, comfortable, and durable. So, the clothes we wear today are also connected to chemistry. Articles of domestic use. Chemistry has also made our homes more comfortable by supplying a large number of articles used in our daily lives. Examples include detergents, oils, fats, sugar, paper, glass, plastics, paints, cosmetics, perfumes, and cooking gas. Many of these products are either made through chemical processes or depend on chemistry for their production and proper use. Transportation. Chemistry is also important in transportation. Many means of transportation depend on fuels such as petrol, diesel, and coal, which are chemical products. Chemistry is therefore involved in the production, processing, and use of fuels that power vehicles and other machines. Housing. Chemistry also contributes to housing and construction. The mechanical properties of building materials such as cement, concrete, steel, bricks, and tiles are connected to chemical research and technology. Chemistry helps us understand how these materials are produced and how their properties can be improved. Supply of metals. Another important application is the supply of metals. Metals such as gold, silver, copper, iron, aluminum, and zinc, as well as a large number of alloys, are used to make different objects. They are used for making ornaments, utensils, coins, and many industrial and agricultural implements. Chemistry helps us understand how these metals are extracted, processed, combined, and used. Entertainment. Chemistry also has applications in entertainment. Cinema, video cameras, and simple cameras make use of films that are made of celluloid and coated with suitable chemicals. Fireworks are also chemical products. The colors, light, and effects produced by fireworks are possible because of chemical substances and chemical reactions. Military and space science. Chemistry also contributes to military and space science. It contributes to the discovery and development of chemical substances such as explosives used by the military. Chemistry has also helped in efforts to gain more knowledge about other planets and the outer space around us. Scientists use chemistry to study materials, gases, fuels, and other substances involved in space exploration. Nuclear atomic energy. Another application of chemistry is nuclear atomic energy. The study of chemistry has contributed to the provision of alternative sources of energy, including nuclear energy. Nuclear energy can be used as a source of power and has become an important area of scientific and technological development. Adverse effects of chemistry. So far, we have looked at many benefits and applications of chemistry. However, chemistry can also have adverse effects when certain chemical substances are misused or when chemical processes are not properly controlled. Let us look at some of these adverse effects. Drug abuse. The first adverse effect is drug abuse. Drugs such as heroin, cocaine, and morphine are highly addictive. Although some substances related to these drugs may have medical uses under strict professional control, their misuse and illegal production can cause serious harm. Unscrupulous people may produce and sell such substances illegally for profit. Drug abuse can lead to addiction, health problems, social problems, and even death. Corrosion of metals. The second adverse effect is corrosion of metals. Corrosion is the slow deterioration or destruction of a metal as a result of chemical or electrochemical reactions with its environment. A common example is the corrosion of iron. Iron corrosion occurs particularly in the presence of water and oxygen, and the reddish-brown substance formed is commonly called rust. We can observe rusting on iron sheets, roofing materials, gates, vehicles, and other iron objects after prolonged exposure to moisture and air. Therefore, corrosion of iron is commonly referred to as rusting. Pollution. The third adverse effect is pollution. Pollution can occur when harmful chemical substances are released into the environment. Chemical industries, through various processes, may release dangerous substances into the environment if proper control measures are not followed. Examples include the release of carbon monoxide, pesticides, fertilizers, and all spills into the environment. These substances can contaminate air, water, and soil and may have harmful effects on humans, animals, plants, and the general environment. This is why chemistry must be used responsibly. Conclusion. From everything we have discussed, we can see that chemistry is much more than just formulas, equations, and laboratory experiments. Chemistry is all around us. It helps us understand the matter that makes up our environment, the changes that matter undergoes, the medicines we use, the food we produce, the clothes we wear, the materials used to build our homes, the fuels used in transportation, and many other things we use every day. At the same time, we must understand that chemical substances can also cause harm when they are abused, misused, or released into the environment without proper control. Therefore, the proper study and responsible application of chemistry are very important for the development and well-being of society. And that brings us to the end of this introduction to chemistry.